there, and welcome to another episode of Doctor Who and Pinball. So today I thought I would talk a little bit about. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I'm in focus. I've been having some focus issues today. I want to do the top three pinball machines of the 2000s that were the hardest, in my opinion. Now, there's a couple factors that go into this. One, there was only 34 titles that I could see on both IPDB and Pinside that were worth bringing into this kind of discussion. Stern was pretty much the top dog back then, and it wasn't until 2013 when Jersey Jack came on board that pinball kind of flourished, if you will. It's having a renaissance right now. But 34 titles, not a whole lot within the span of 10 years. And, you know, I can only pick out three that were really difficult to me. And, I've played some of the games. I haven't played all of the 34 titles that Stern put out. There might be one or two that are another company. But, some games like Terminator 3, I own Terminator 3. I think it's a difficult game, but I don't think it's the hardest game. And so I kind of try to put that into my determinations as well. Also, rule set. If the rule set is super complicated, which T3 it's not, then that also factors in too being the hardest because it's especially for players that have come up and just want to play it. That might be kind of a learning curve there for them as well. So my top three. I'm gonna start with the one that's hard, but it's not as hard as the other two, and that is Ripley's Believe It or Not. Now, some people might disagree with me on this, but there's a lot of shots that Pat Lawler put in that are very interesting and they're very hard to get to. So, for the example, the idol at the top bottom left of the playfield, that shot's kind of hard to get to, and it can bounce around a lot on you and go into the left out lane. So it's a tricky shot, and that's a shot you have to have for extra balls. In certain modes, I think you have to get the idol so many times to get a good bonus in the particular mode. There's just all these kind of shots that stop the ball or cause it to go crazy, and it's overall a challenging game. It's hard to get to multi-ball in that game. There's a lot of steps that are required to get to multi-ball, and it's also a low-scoring game. So that for a lot of people are like, I only got 1,000 on this, whatever. I'm being facetious, but it's a very low-scoring game, one of the lower-scoring games in the Stern era. In second place is Spider-Man. Spider-Man's tricky because of the straight up in the middle shot with Sandman. There you have the Venom ramp that's hard to get to as well. There's a lot of this game requires you to stack. If you're able to stack your multi-balls, if you're able to stack modes together, you'll do successful. If you cannot do that, if you cannot set yourself up for success, sorry, again, I talk with my hands, you're going to have a trouble with this game, big time. But it's a fun game. Both of these I think are fun. And this last one is a journey. And you guys probably already know what I'm going to talk about. The Lord of the Rings. Now, this came out in 2003, and this is when Stern was starting to go kind of cheap on stuff. They had to. I mean, I don't fault them at all. But this game has stood the test of time. It's one of the best games in the Stern library, and for good reason. It's a journey. George Gomez did an excellent job making this game, and the ball times on it are long. But what makes it difficult is getting to the wizard mode, getting to there and back again, getting to Valinor, getting to these things. It takes a lot of focus and a lot of time to get there. And a lot of players don't even see this stuff because it's just quite frankly difficult to do. This is part of the reason why I think Stern in recent years has, especially on Keith Elwin games, has put in a wizard. You can automatically get to the wizard mode from the menu. And I think that's really smart on their end. Actually, I think they started with Ghostbusters, yeah, because they did Are You a God? But yeah, the Lord of the Rings is just it's a difficult game because there's the multi-ball is hard to get to, and this is the Doctor Who, the key to time. So rest in peace, Peter Hayning. He wrote excellent stuff on the Doctor Who years. He did like a 30th anniversary special. I think this is the 21st. Okay, 21st. That's an important year. It is really a great kind of compendium here. It's got all the stuff that people wrote about Doctor Who at the time, reviews that they would have in a newspaper, Mary Whitehouse stuff in there. Um, it's got some cool illustrations in it from that are submitted from kids and all that. Really good stuff. I would highly recommend if you find it used somewhere to pick it up. It just has a treasure trove of information. Now, on the other hand, there's this thing, the Doctor Who technical manual, and I don't know where to start on this. I think it was novel at its time because you could build a TARDIS on it. See, they have like models that you can cut out. You can photocopy and then cut out, right? But to me, it's kind of see when I read the phrase technical manual and I saw it, I thought, oh, it's got really a lot of cool information in here. And doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, it has a few things, but the Doctor's car, guys, it's the Who-mobile. The Doctor's car is Bessie. I think it's worse. I mean, here's how you can build your own TARDIS, and oh, there's like a white robot in here. Racist much, but I mean, jokes aside, it just doesn't have meat to it, and I mean, some of it is just kind of blasé stuff that they probably cleared with the BBC or whatever, but it just isn't that great, and it looks great. I mean, the design of it's cool. That like it really captures your attention, and then you start looking at it, and you're like, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you like to make models of stuff, then it's the book for you. If you're looking for technical stuff, it's not the book for you. So, top 3 hardest pinball machines of the 2000s. If you guys have any comments, if you have any ones that you think are more difficult, please leave a comment below. As always, it is a pleasure. Thank you guys for watching.